Quick message. Repetitions are for much more than just building muscle in the gym. Repetitions is the key to making fitness and exercise something that isn't just an occasional activity, but a lifestyle that you are committed to, one that has the potential to completely change the trajectory of your life. It could change your health. It could change how you feel. It could change your appearance. But you never get to any of those spaces until you start making enough repetitions to be consistent. I've heard the same stories multiple times. Again, I used to manage health clubs. I used to do personal training. So I've talked with many people, and their stories aren't too dissimilar. Whenever somebody starts, they talk about how difficult it is to get up and fight the inertia of just wanting to chill out, be in bed, watch TV. And sometimes for very valid reasons, people are tired. I get that. But it's through consistency that you go from having a hard time being able to start to having a hard time being able to stop, where you don't feel the same when you don't get an opportunity to go to the gym, or you don't feel the same when you neglect going outside and taking a walk. I know certainly for me, I keep finding new areas where this has applied to my own fitness journey. I've been pretty consistent going to the gym for well over 15 years. But when the pandemic hit, obviously I had to shift my focus like everybody else. And it was around that time where I started emphasizing trying to make sure that I could walk at least 10,000 steps a day. And I was surprised for someone who considered themselves active, somebody who would move around as much as I could, somebody who would try to put myself in a position where I was taking more steps. I was always well under 10,000 steps. And so I'd have to consciously make that effort to get out and go for a pretty nice walk every single day. And in the beginning, it felt grueling, actually. It felt grueling mentally, physically. I'd feel it in my calves. I'd feel some soreness in my hips because my posture was a little bit off. But through repetition, through consistency, everything got easier. What felt grueling in the beginning was effortless after just a little bit of time. It used to be in the evening, checking my watch and realizing I'm 1,000 steps below, or however many steps I may be, to knocking out 10,000 steps a day before 11 o'clock, because it's just what I'm conditioned to do at this point. There's no questioning it. There's no additional burden that comes through the self-sabotage of telling myself this is something that I don't want to do, and thinking about any other activity that I'd rather be doing. It's just a part of my life. It's no different than brushing my teeth, taking a shower, doing any of the number of chores that I have to take care of, just maintaining my day-to-day life. And that's all through consistency. That's all through repetition. If someone were to ask me, I would say that even consistency at a nominal effort will beat out the occasional maximum effort every single time. Because, yeah, you are going hard, and that's a good thing. It speaks to your character in many ways, to how hard it is you're willing to push yourself, but you're always starting over when you're taking big breaks. You're not consistently building on your last workout, building on how much you lifted last time and how much you walked, and giving your body that adequate opportunity to adapt to the exercises. Because essentially, that's all exercise is. It's taking advantage of our body's incredible ability to adapt to the stressors that we're applying to it. So if you're lifting 200 pounds as your bench press, you're telling your body that you need to have the strength and the muscle to accommodate that 200 pounds that you're lifting. And so when you throw on those little extra 2.5 pound weights, which happen to be my favorite weights at the gym in many ways, because those are the increments that I would always use to slowly build up my strength. When I would have a 1 rep max, I always found that I would be able to throw on that extra 5 pounds, 2.5 each, and push myself a little bit stronger. But either way, I digress. You throw on the extra 5 pounds, and your body will learn to adapt to that. The same way my body learned to adapt to walking 10,000 steps, the same way your body will learn to adapt to any specific exercise that you decide to be committed to enough to get up and go out there day in and day out. Consistency is key. So I just wanted to leave that message with you. That's all I got for this one. Share your comment. Would like to know what you think about this and what your opinion is. And I'll talk to you next time.